Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. Just a really brief update on the channel today. If you guys noticed, there hasn't been very many videos lately, and that's just because my life has been super busy. My job right now is just so busy, like way busier than I have ever been, way busier than I actually like to be. And it's been sapping all of my energy lately. After work, all I want to do is it's just like veg out on the TV or on the couch watching TV or playing a video game or just reading a book or something. I've had multiple games set up, big games with lots of pieces and rules, and I've just not been able to muster any energy to learn or play any of these games right now. Um, and it's going to continue like that for a few weeks, I think, because starting in about a full week from now, I have been summoned to jury duty. I don't know if I'll be selected to be on a jury. I'm hoping not. Fingers crossed. I'm going to do everything I can to get out of it. Not to get too political or anything, but I'm not a big believer in our justice system here in America, and I really don't want any part of it. But so that could be a week or two of me having to go and sit at a courthouse all day in an area where a lot of people aren't getting the COVID vaccination indoors. It's going to be really weird. And so I'm going to have to go sit in a room all day wearing a mask and just sitting there and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when I get home after 8 hours of sitting, waiting, or doing jury duty, I'll have to do some of my job at night. And it's basically going to probably mean like 12-hour days if I get selected, and that could go on for, they say that the juries, the trials are going on exponentially longer right now because of COVID. So I don't know. It's a real pain in the ass. That's what that's what it is, and it's the last thing I want to do. But I'm also planning on hopefully soon heading back into my office for my day job, so I can stop working in my hobby and my fun room, and I can get that separation of my job and my house life back, because I've really not been liking having to use my fun room as my work room, because it's just adds, it's like this is the place where I'm supposed to come and get away from stress, but it's the way that I'm like, it's the room where I'm feeling stressed all day, and it's not good. I don't really like working from home. I don't think it's good for my brain, and I can tell just by the way that I'm just having less energy lately to do this. So hopefully by July, like mid-July, I'm hoping, maybe a month from now, things are just going to be back to normal, and I'll be doing multiple videos a week, because that is what I want to do. The thing that I'm going to be focusing on, the thing that my mind has been drawn to more and more lately, are games like Fort Against Darkness, or games like D100 Dungeon, games that I can really dive into deeply, but games that don't need a lot of components and a ton of rules. And my goal right now is really to get going, really focusing heavily and diving deep into Fort Against Darkness. If anybody out there has played using the Overland fan-made expansion, where you connect dungeon to dungeon, traveling, having adventures in an overland, let me know if that's worth the time and effort to get into. So my goal is to create some characters, start going on some little adventures. I'm going to be using one of the characters I'm going to be using is one of the monk classes from this expansion here, the Concise Collection of Classes. Excuse me. I'm going to go through a couple basic dungeons, and then I'm also going to go through a where was that other book I wanted to go through? It is the Layers, Dens, and Burrows. I want to go through a couple of the little adventures here, And I want to get my group ready to face off against the Breachers of Bone Belfry, which I've heard is a very difficult, kind of a Death Trap Dungeons style dungeon here. But this just sounds really cool to me. I like the theme and I like the idea of this. So that's what I'm working up to with For Against Darkness. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, I also have, I've shown these other books before, but Caverns of Chaos we'll touch upon. For Against the Abyss here. For Against the Netherworld. And then I have this Dreadful Dozen, which we'll have to face off against some of the enemies in here, some of the more complex enemies. And then Cave of the Kobold Slave Masters, Wayfarers and Adventurers, Dark Waters, the Three Rings, and of course the base game here. And I got a couple others I just ordered on the way that look pretty cool. One is, I think you take like 4 sorcerers through a tower or something. But yeah, I'm really drawn to this game right now, and D100 Dungeons, which I want to get back to. Just games that don't have a lot of moving pieces on the table. That seems to be more my speed right now, and so that is hopefully what I'm gonna be able to focus on. I don't know what's gonna happen next week, the 1 week from now, the 21st. I'm not sure if I'm going to be around at all for maybe 7 or 8 days, work days. We'll see. It all depends on what happens with my jury duty, and just how crazy my week is going to be at work. It's kind of like this perfect storm of crap right now, and I don't like it. I want to have fun, and so that's another thing that I'm kind of working on, just some personal stuff in my life that could lead to some pretty big changes for the channel. I'm not going to say anything else right now. Not like we're going anywhere or anything, but yeah, there might be some. You might have to like refocus and not take a different direction, but kind of just change the way things happen. We'll see. I'm not going to say anything just because there's a lot of stuff up in the air right now. But if you don't hear from me for a week or 2 or 3, that is what's happening. I'll try to do little, check-ins and little vlog type entries like this. But for the time being, don't expect anything major from me right now. That's just not in the cards. And I have let the Dungeon Dive patrons know. So thank you guys again for your continued support. It really means a lot to me. Going forward, it might mean a whole hell of a lot more. We'll see. Not that it could really mean much more, because it already means so much. But yeah, I really appreciate it, and people sticking by me right now, even while the content is a little slow coming. So yeah, that's it. Just wanted to touch in. I'll try to at least do something like this once a week until things get back to normal. So let me know if you guys have played through the Breachers of Bone Belfry, if you have any suggestions for me working up to this. Let me know if you have used that fan-made Overland Hex Crawl expansion for Against Darkness, because that does sound really interesting to me. Or let me know if you suggest anything else for Against Darkness, something that would make my games more fun. And hopefully I'll be able to do some videos on those games on a character party campaign that I will be playing. So alright guys, well, I hope you have a great week. I hope your week is filled with more fun than my next couple weeks are going to be filled with. So take it easy. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.